repeat it for me? My name, oh yes, it's J.R. Hartley.
You remember the old Yellow Pages? Well, for many years, these huge printed directories were the go-to method of finding small businesses and tradespeople in your local area. In 2019, as more and more people turned to the web and used Google to find local businesses, the Yellow Pages ceased to be printed. Well, this presented a major problem for the company behind the Yellow Pages. How were they to survive in a digital world? Well, instead of trying to fight Google, they moved their directory online, they changed their name to Yell.com and offered to help small business owners find new customers on the web. The problem with this strategy was that Yell had very little in-house expertise in digital marketing, so they outsourced their services to external agencies, mostly based in Asia, who in turn used cheap labour to manage Yell's customers' marketing. What Yell did have was a highly motivated team of sales agents based in their telesales centre in Belfast. These agents would receive large commissions and fat bonuses for every new Yell product they sold, regardless of whether they were suitable for the businesses they were selling them to. So what could possibly go wrong? Well, I first heard about Yell's activities in 2018 through my role as a volunteer business mentor at the Prince's Trust, a charity that helps young people to start their own small business. One of the young people I supported there was contacted by Yell's sales agent who pressured him into buying a service that the agent said would help his business achieve a strong visibility on Google. He had been paying Yell more than £2,000 a month for this service, but not seeing any positive results. When he complained, Yell told him that he was now locked into a 12-month contract with no calling off period. They refused to cancel the contract or refund any of the money he had paid. Worse still, when I looked at what the company to which Yell had outsourced this service had been doing, they were using practices in direct breach of Google's guidelines. Yell's service was more likely to get his website penalised than help it appear in a stronger position on Google. As a result of this experience, I wrote an article on my blog to warn other small business owners about Yell's activities. Well, that article has now been read by more than 15,000 Yell customers who all have their own Yell horror story to relate. They told me that Yell uses high-pressure sales techniques to lock them into a contract from which they can't escape. They also say that Yell made false claims about their products and services and charged thousands of pounds without generating any new customers for their business. In this video, I'm going to play you some audio clips obtained via GDPR requests of the repeated and consistent false claims being made by Yell sales agents. I will show you evidence that Yell's products don't work as described and could never have produced the benefits claimed by Yell's agents. I will also show you how Yell's staff engage in illegal and fraudulent activities in an attempt to deceive thousands of small business owners across the UK. This experience usually starts when someone registers their business details for a free listing on the Yell.com website. Within hours of that listing being submitted, the business owner will receive a call from one of Yell's sales agents. They are told that the reason for the call is to make sure that the business gets the most from their free listing on Yell. The sales agent will often claim that the purpose of this call is not to sell Yell's advertising or marketing services. Well, this is just the first of many false statements that the agent will go on to make.
So this is what's different from over the years. As I've said to you, we now approach an online registration completely different now. Right. We don't go in with trying to sell you advertising. We don't go in with trying to sell, trying to get you on Yell.com or whatever. What we now do is we do a free of charge marketing review. Now the marketing review will have a look at how your business looks online. We'll look at your website to see how it's going for you. But most importantly, we will just see how digitally visible your business is.
The agent then explains how the key to finding new customers online is to improve your visibility on Google. He will claim that Yell is Google's biggest premier partner and that he will explain to you how Google's algorithm works. The reality is that Google doesn't reveal how their algorithm works to anyone. If they did, it would be far too easy for people to game the system. Common sense alone will tell you that there are only a limited number of websites that could be shown on the front page of Google. It would be physically impossible for every Yell customer to appear in the top positions. The agent then offers to perform an online reputation scan of your business, and he does this using an online tool on the Yell.com website. After running this report, he will show you that your business has received a high error rating. He explains that Google is looking at this error rating and is now penalizing your business. In fact, all this tool does is a very basic check to see if your business is listed in a few online directories. Google doesn't use this tool, nor does it care whether your business is listed in these directories or not. The sole purpose of this report is to scare the customer into believing that their business has been penalized by Google and that only Yell's products can help them to get the penalty removed.
Whenever Google is looking to produce house removals in Doncaster onto the first page, it can only find your details in 28% of the internet. What that basically means in the most simplest way, any house removal company with a 71% error rate or below pushes you down the pages. Does that make sense? That scan result then backs up the optimization of your website. What I'm trying to make you aware of is, this is black and white evidence.
When I used the same tool to perform a scan for Selfridges in Oxford Street, London, it produced an error rating of 95%. The Selfridges website receives over 1 million Google visitors every month. A scan for Amazon at their UK head office address produced an error rating of 100%. The Amazon website receives over 106 million Google visitors every month. It is quite obvious that neither of these companies have been penalized by Google. Ironically, the same tool also produces an error rating of 100% for Yell themselves at their head office address in Reading. In fact, almost any business details you enter into this tool will produce a high error rating. This clearly shows that these reports are meaningless, and this is just a bogus sales tool used by Yell's agents to mislead you into buying their products. The agent then goes on to claim that Google is looking for the business with the best online reputation. He explains that the way to improve your reputation is to be listed in up to 500 online directories and gain online reviews for your business. Now listen to this recording of a Yell sales agent describing this claim as a fact and based on information supplied directly to Yell by Google. I apologise in advance for the poor sound quality of this recording.
So you're saying Google needs me to register my business on 500 directories, otherwise it's not going to show my listing in the search results. Is that what you're saying?
In the organic business, factually, that's not me saying that. That's Google themselves. Importance of NAP to Google.
Where does it say that you need to be on 500 directories to be ranking on Google?
That's within their intelligence network. So the more places you're registered, the more chance you have. So if you're registered in 6 places and another business is registered in 100 places, which one, based on the information you're looking at?
Where is Google saying that?
What I'm asking you is, if it's listed, you're reading it factually in front of you, the more places you're registered, the higher you will appear in the organic search results. So what I'm saying to you is, if a business is listed in 6 and another one is listed in, let's say, 100, which one, based on what you're reading at, do you think Google will promote higher?
First of all, this isn't Google saying this. This is some website called Blue Corona. And second of all, it's saying nothing here about having to be listed in 500 directories. If you're saying Google give this information, why not show me where Google is saying this?
I didn't think you would maybe fancy reading through all of this, but that's google.com there. If you want to have a look through it all.
You've told me something as a fact, and you're telling me that Google says you need to be listed in 500 directories in order to be listed in their search results. You haven't shown me where Google are saying that. If you're telling me that Google state this as a fact, that you're not showing me where Google state this as a fact.
To be honest with you, I have to be honest, I've never been asked. I've done this job for 2.5 years, and the first time I've ever been questioned on this, because people often find it and often accept it as fact.
I asked John Mueller, the webmaster trend analyst at Google, whether being listed in these directories would help a website improve their ranking. Mueller replied, "Just because a company name is mentioned somewhere doesn't mean it's good or bad for this company. I'd see the mentions more as advertising. If you think people are going to see it and explicitly search out your business, then that's great." I asked Greg Gifford, one of the world's leading local SEO experts, whether he believed that online directories would help a website to rank better on Google. Gifford replied, "Online directory listings were never important for a Google ranking." I recently conducted my own analysis of 5,000 websites that were listed in these online directories. The average amount of monthly Google traffic to these websites was just 2 visitors per month, and that was mostly just people searching for the name of the business. For example, this website has been listed in nearly 150 directories but receives no traffic from Google at all. So why would Yell sales agents make these false claims? Well, it will come as no surprise that Yell offer a product called Reputation Manager. This product offers to list your business in up to 500 online directories and manage your online reviews across the web. Yell charge £500 a year for this service. They claim that by using Reputation Manager, your website will get to the top of Google.
The reason why you have Reputation Manager is because you guys want your website to get as high as possible on Google. Right, and that's what Reputation Manager is going to do. So right at this point in time, Yell.com will get you immediate work.
If the agents didn't convince you of these claims, there would be absolutely no reason to buy this product. Most of these directories to which Yell submits your website have in fact been penalised by Google themselves and have lost most of their Google traffic. This gives you a clear indication of how insignificant Google considers these directories to be. Yell's sales agents scare customers into believing that their website is being penalised on Google when they have not. What they don't tell you is that Yell's own website at Yell.com has been penalised by Google and has lost almost 40% of its Google traffic since November 2019. Yell have even now had to hire external SEO experts who have tried unsuccessfully to recover this lost Google traffic. This same company that claims to have a special relationship with Google clearly has no idea how to even improve their own website's Google ranking, let alone that of their small business customers. In the following recording, you will hear an agent claim how he managed to get one of his customers to the top of Google. He claims that prior to dealing with Yell, they had no website and no visibility in Google search results.
This is a company I spoke to last month, right? And what they do, they do diagnostics. So they do mobile diagnostics for cars. So I phoned this company. They didn't have a website. They had no online presence, similar like yourself, okay? So if I type in diagnostics Sutton Coldfield, right? This is what this company wanted to be found for. So this company didn't come up in the Google Maps section for what they wanted to do. They didn't come up in the organic searches, but I'm going to show you how many times we got them on the front page of Google. So they had no websites, they had no reviews, they had no nothing. This is exactly the way, the position you're in now, okay? So I got them into the Google Maps section, and obviously the Google is bringing them up on the front page of Google for the organic searches and also the Google Maps section.
I contacted this diagnostics company and spoke to the owner of the business. He told me that while he is a customer of Yell, he already had reviews and a website, and that his site was already ranking at the top of Google before he ever became a customer of Yell. He also told me that he had no recollection at all of speaking to this particular agent at Yell. Once the agent has persuaded you of the benefits of Reputation Manager, he will then try to convince you to pay for a promoted listing on the Yell.com website and app. This, he claims, will guarantee your business appears in a specific position on Yell.com when people are searching for businesses like yours in their local area. Now listen to this recording of a sales call where the agent makes this guaranteed promise.
So, me personally, I don't believe in charging people up front before they see what they are buying, okay? So I'm not going to do that. So the next thing is the recommendation is the Yell.com. It's for you to have prominence and top position. With the top, you're guaranteed top 5 position, okay? So the Milton Keynes for the 75 plus 168. So the cost there is £243 a month plus VAT. That's going to guarantee you top 5 position, guaranteed for the full 12 months on Yell.com.
In reality, businesses that have paid for a guaranteed position will in many cases never appear in that position and will often appear below the free listings. They are effectively paying for a service they have not received. This is due to a well-known fault on Yell's website and app in which the results are often those located closest to the visitor regardless of whether the business has a paid listing or a free listing. In this sales call, you're going to hear how the agent admits to this fault but claims that all Yell customers have now been fully compensated.
So what do you get with these paid listings then? What's the advantage of that?
Prominence and visibility on everywhere you're looking. So,
well, they come up above me, do they?
Definitely, yes. They're guaranteed that position. So anybody that does a search for roofing services in London on Yell.com, them 3 will be in front of them.
So, right. So if I do a search on Yell.com, I'm guaranteed whatever search I do that I'll come up in that position.
If the positions are available, yes.
And that, and it'll be in that number 1 position if they're on a mobile or a laptop or whatever.
Exactly. So this is what we're doing, because we used to do. Now I'm going to tell you this just so you're fully aware. We used to do listings that covered all this area in Orange. So if I said to you, I'm going to put you in North London, it meant no matter what little area they searched in, whether it's Crouch End, Highgate or Muswell Hill, you'd be visible to them all because of that North London area.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't working because when people were searching in Mus Hill, people were coming above the people that were guaranteed first, second and third in the whole North London. So we only changed our platform there at the beginning of July to match up with near me searches. Does that make sense?
No, I'm not clear on what you mean by that.
Not clear? Okay. So, before the beginning of this month, we used to sell positions within the entirety of the North London area.
Yeah.
So we used to sell position 1, 2 or 3, which meant you were guaranteed those 3 positions, regardless of what little area people searched in. But it was, So that means, for example, Thomas Roofing would have been visible for the whole North London.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Then what was happening was, when people searched in Mus Hill, and they were closer to another business that was literally down the road, Thomas Roofing, for example, wouldn't have been number 1.
Okay, so it's paying for number 1, but not appearing in number 1.
Exactly. That was previously before the beginning of this month.
Right.
Yeah. So we had to change our platform because it was the near me searches on mobile that was making, hindering our paying customers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've only started offering these areas here.
So what happened to all those customers that were paying to be number 1 but weren't coming up number 1?
They would have been compensated in some form.
Right.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, we have to make sure this is working for our customers.
Yeah.
And it's the reason they stay with us so long.
So they all got compensated then, all those people?
We can't tell you what they got compensated, but they would have definitely got compensated in some form.
Well, I have spoken to hundreds of Yell customers who were guaranteed to appear in a specific position on Yell.com, and none have ever received any form of compensation from Yell. To convince you to pay for a promoted listing on Yell.com, the agent will show you these badges displayed next to other local businesses. Now listen to this recording in which the agent argues that these businesses wouldn't have continued to advertise with Yell for 10 years or more if they weren't achieving good results.
First of all, see this little symbol here that says 15 years plus with Yell? This means that they've been paying to be at this spot here for 15 years. Simple question, would you pay to advertise somewhere for 15 years if it wasn't working? No, of course not. After the first 12 months you'll be like, right, see you later. The reason why I'm saying that is because this business will be seeing the benefits for those 15 years, hence why they stayed so long.
The agent claims that these badges are only shown for businesses that have been continuously advertising with Yell for the amount of time shown on the Yell.com website. Now listen to this recording in which a Yell agent offers to add a 10-year badge for a customer that he knows hasn't advertised with Yell for at least 5 years.
The wage it worked out very well for you. Because you've advertised with us before, you kept your 10-year badge. So if you look at it now, it'll say 4 years with Yale. So it's good that you've got. So it doesn't look like you're the new guy in the block.
This clearly shows that these badges give no indication of how long a business has actually been advertising with Yell. They are used solely to mislead customers as to the effectiveness of their products. Yell's sales agents will tell you that having positive online reviews is another factor that Google look at when deciding where your business should rank in their search results. This is another false statement that has no bearing on reality. The only reviews that Google does recognize are those left on Google's own platform, and even those have little or no bearing on the order in which they'll appear. As you can see here, this search for plumbers in Crouch End, North London has some of the worst rated plumbers appearing in the highest positions. This is another false statement made by the agents just to convince you to buy Yell's products. When it comes to getting more reviews, Yell's agents suggest that the business owner contacts their family and friends to leave positive reviews about their business. If they did so, this would be a criminal act of fraud. To induce someone else to create fake reviews is conspiracy to defraud, punishable with a prison sentence of up to 10 years.
But let's say you have some friends and family in your phone book, right? And they would leave you a 5-star review on Yell, right? So all you would need to do, if you have that app on your phone, you go into the review section, you put their telephone number or their email address in, and what that does, it pings them across a review request from your business. And all they've got to do, they click on a link and they land on your advert and they just type up a review, give you 5 stars. Now, say you send 5 of those out this evening. Yeah. That would give you 5 5-star reviews on your Yell.com advert.
As you can see from this article published in the Times newspaper in 2019, Yell have a long track record of manipulating reviews for their own business and their customers. Despite the fact that there are thousands of angry customers who feel that they've been ripped off by this company, Yell have somehow managed to achieve a Trustpilot rating of 4 out of 5. Yell have done this by paying their staff £10 whenever they gain a 5-star review for their company. They instruct their staff not to ask for a review if there is any risk that the review may be negative. As you can see here from this internal memo sent to me by Yell Whistleblower. Now, if you look at Yell's profile on Trustpilot, you'll see that almost all of the positive reviews are from people who have never used Yell's products. Most of these comments are from people invited to leave a review immediately after the initial sales call. Most of Yell's positive reviews look extremely suspicious, with poor spelling and grammar, and provide little or no information about the customer's experience with Yell's products. One might suspect that these invited reviews may not be entirely genuine. When customers do leave a negative review, these are immediately flagged and removed by Yell, claiming that they're not from genuine customers. As you can see here, all of the reviews that Yell has tried to remove from Trustpilot are negative, while not a single positive review has been flagged for removal. Trustpilot even had to post a warning message on their website advising people that Yell has been falsely manipulating their online reviews. There's been a large amount of negative publicity about Yell in the national press and in online forums. You might ask, why don't Yell's customers check more carefully before signing up for these worthless products? Well, Yell's agents apply a huge amount of pressure to get you to sign up and place an order immediately without giving you any reasonable chance to do some research or even read Yell's terms and conditions. The agents don't mention that there is no calling off period and have only very recently started telling customers that the contract is binding for 12 months. In this call, you'll hear an agent telling me that if I don't place an order immediately without even having read the contract or the terms and conditions, I will lose the special discount that he has offered me.
I don't think we need this stuff now. I think you need to send me the email with the order contract, your terms and conditions, and then I'll have a look through that, and then I'll come back to you once I'm ready to go ahead.
Come back when?
Once I've read through all that information.
Right, are you thinking today, next week, next month? What are we thinking? Based on your decision today?
Yeah.
But being quite upfront with everything, and I get you've got to read it. Now, if it's not going to be today, I can't secure that discount.
The reality is that every new customer is offered a special discount. These bogus discounts are used solely to pressure people into placing an immediate order. These false statements are not being made by just one or two rogue sales agents at Yell. Every false claim reported in this video was made consistently and repeatedly by almost every agent on every call. This suggests that these claims are how the agents are being trained, and that lying to customers is built into Yell's sales process by their managers. As much as Yell might publicly deny it, the reality is that Yell are fully aware that their contracts are being missold and that their products are unfit for purpose. When customers do try to cancel their contracts, Yell sends them threatening letters from debt collectors and solicitors. Yell sometimes even sends fake court summons just to scare customers into paying off the rest of their contract. In reality, Yell rarely ever takes any court action. They know full well that their contracts would never stand up in court. It is for this reason that we have successfully managed to recover more than £350,000 in refunded payments for Yell customers and help thousands more to escape their Yell contracts. It should be clear from the evidence I have shown in this video that any contract taken out with Yell is very likely to have been missold and is therefore legally void. All of the information included in this video has now been supplied to Trading Standards, who are conducting an investigation of Yell and their fraudulent activities. Yell as a company is facing serious financial difficulties and drowning in debts of hundreds of millions of pounds. Yell's own auditors have stated that they are uncertain whether Yell is still a going concern. What remains unclear is whether Yell will go into liquidation before they are forced to shut down by the authorities. I, for one, will not be sad to see them go.